Nations League might have a little bit of affection in your heart because you actually scored a goal, of course, in the penalty shootout against Switzerland that afternoon. And obviously England lost on penalties, crucially. Would you step up to take one at the World Cup if it happens? And are you still practicing penalties? Are you a better penalty taker now? And, would you have taken one in the final?
Yeah, I think it was good to get that experience of taking one. That was my first penalty I've ever taken. So, but yeah, going ahead, we've got to practice. You've always got to practice to be perfect, and I'll keep continuing to practice leading up to it. But yeah, if called upon, I'll take one.
On a separate, I mean, it's going to be a weird run of games this summer because you've got kind of like a training ground atmosphere behind closed doors, then a massive derby, then another training ground atmosphere, then a sort of provincial England home international. How easy is it mentally to adjust to those different things? Is it actually harder to play in an empty stadium than it is when the crowd's roaring? And mentally, what tricks are you doing that's made you stronger in that department? Yeah,
mentally for me, it's just another game of football, and you've got to be at your best at really. So there's obviously, we had the pandemic for the last 18 months, and we've had that experience without playing with fans the games behind closed doors. So really, it's we've had that experience, so we know what we're going into, and yeah, it'll be a bit different because it's been a long time since that's happened now. But yeah, mentally, it's another game of football and another game you want to win.
But are there specific exercises you've been doing to focus, or is it?
No, just crack on as normal, really, and just keep preparing for the game as you normally do.
Okay, Paul Joyce.
Yes, just going back to the Chelsea game with Everton, you went into that game 5 points adrift of safety. In that final section of games, it looked like you took it upon yourself to stand up and be one of the leaders of the team. Is that something that you felt yourself? Was it conscious to sort of drag other people over the line at that point? Because it was a precarious situation, and that was the game you made the save from Azpilicueta and Rudiger.
Yeah, for me, that's what I'm called upon to do, really. Make them big saves and big moments. Sometimes you never get the opportunity to do that, and I think that game was a massive game for us, and to make that save was nice. But that's what we practice on the training field for every day. But I'd see myself as a leader for club and country, and all I do is try my best to help my teammates out, really. So when called upon, I'm there to do it.
And if you look back to the Jordan Pickford who made his debut against Germany for England 2017, how do you think you're different? Because you've basically played every game since then for 43 caps. How do you feel you're a different person?
Yeah, big change. I think more mature. I think I've learned a lot about myself in the last 4 to 5 years, and definitely feel a lot better now than I did then as well. So I think I'm always improving and I'm always getting better.
Thanks.
Okay. On to the last one. Okay, the final question of the day will come from one of Rob or Ramesh at the back.
Hello there, Jordan. Rob Spengler from Sky Max, from the Sky One, Sky Showcase and Now TV. I was just wondering, you've been playing so incredibly well over the last few months. Sort of, how's your form at the moment? Because it really has been breathtaking watching it. Just unbelievable, isn't it? Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been good, and it's been good for the last 18 months. But definitely the last few games for Everton has put me in good stead for the next 4 games coming up for the England.
Especially with all the charity work you're doing as well. Yeah. It's difficult, yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll cap it there. Thanks for joining us today.